And you know what time it is? That's right. It's right around 7 p.m. It's time to relax, chill, and unwind with your girl Shar, the super chick, on the evening wind down.
With your girl on the radio, just for you. And she's here to give you all you want on the radio show with Shar. She's that chick, she would give you what you miss. Yeah, Shar.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Shar, the super chick. Guess what day it is? That's right, it's hump day. And I do believe it's right around 7 p.m. It's time to relax, chill, and unwind with your girl Shar, the super chick, on the evening wind down. Hey everybody, it has been a couple of weeks since I've been here with you guys, but it feels like yesterday. I will admit, it does not seem like it's been a couple of weeks. First and foremost, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for the love and the support that you have shown me throughout this journey. Shouts out to iHeartRadio and Spreaker. Also, make sure that you guys are following me on all available platforms. You can find me on Spotify. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter. I have a page. It's called Char's World. It's not that fancy, and I'll tell you because I have my hands in so many different things around the world. I don't really have time to get on Char's World, but I'm going to make time. I'm going to reconstruct the page so that it shows a little bit more of my life because, hey, it's supposed to be Char's World. So make sure you guys hop on Facebook, follow me on Char's World, and also follow my main page. If you cannot friend request, please follow because I do believe you can see the same things. And it's under Shar Tyniska, beautifully beautiful. And you guys can always tag me in something Shar the super chick, and I'll tell you the story behind the super chick thing. I have been going by Shar the super chick for about 15 years since my first start in radio as a on-air talent. And I remember thinking like, oh man, I need a name. And I'm like, well, just use your real thing, because you've been a super person all this time doing super things, a super grandmother, a super wife, a super mom, a super friend. So anyway, that's how I came up with the name, Shar the super chick, because I do feel that I'm a pretty super cool chick. I hope y'all feel the same. But anyway, make sure you guys are winding down to your favorite beverage. Now, this is the evening wind down. We do a wine of the night. I have Stella Rosa Black. I want to know what you guys are winding down to. Make sure, get in Shar's World. Give me a picture. Join the chat. Let me know what you're winding down to. Let me know how you feel about the show. If you guys have suggestions or you have anything like that, let me know. Also, special shout out to my artists that provide me the talk beds. Now, the talk beds, for those of you who don't know a lot about radio, is the music that you hear me talking over. These are such talented artists. And I appreciate you so much for always emailing me, providing me with the dopest beats, talk beds that there is. Big ups to you. I love you guys and I appreciate you so much, because any radio DJ will tell you, or on air talent will tell you, when you come on air and you need something to vibe with, you need something to talk to, if the talk bed is not there, you're going to be off. And when you become skilled, you can pretty much, zone to whatever talk bed that you have. So I appreciate you guys, because you keep me with the newest, the hottest, the dopest, the sexiest talk beds. Now, with all that being said, I'm going to get right to the show. I'm not going to dwell on anything else but this topic. And this topic is going to be called, and I'm just going to say today's show is going to be called, Why Is It So Hard to Let Go? So as soon as I come back, we're going to get right to it. You guys are tuned into the Evening Wind Down.
Is this how you want me to?
He has no right to put you down.
You are a liar.
But he loves me. He puts down your friends, family, your job.
Shut your mouth.
Bet he's asking where you are again. I better text him back. Otherwise he might get mad, right?
I wanted to surprise you.
Not sure he's safe? Talk to someone who can help.
All right, y'all. It's your girl, Shar, the Super Chick. I'm back. Tonight's topic is going to be, why is it so hard to let go? Think about it. I don't want you guys to tell me why you think it's so hard to let go. I want you guys to tell me your experiences. Either it's a situation that you're in right now, you've been in, took you years to get out of. Why was it so hard to get out of that toxic situation? Now, I might sound like Betty Wright a little bit on this, but I want you all to think back to your very first time that you laid eyes on the person that you're with now. What was your thought? Man, she fine. Dang, he fly. He ain't all that good looking, but he got swag like a mug. Think about it. What was your thoughts on that person? Nothing but good thoughts throughout probably the whole time. You guys are talking, your first meeting. You moved on. Now you're in the relationship and things are totally different. It doesn't take long. But what happened to that beautiful, swagged out, smelling this, that person that's now this ugly monster? Should you leave now? Or should you wait? You need to leave, because I'll tell you why. And I say this all the time. People don't change. They usually show you who they are in the beginning. And sometimes you're put to the test. People will dangle little stuff in front of you to see how you react to it, to see, are you going to freak out? Are you going to not talk to me no more? Are you going to leave? Women, sometimes we put on this hard shell. And if someone is dangling something in front of us, and then we'll come off, you know what I'm saying, cocky or whatever. Yeah, you don't know me, I can snap back, yada, 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 and it's a joke to you. But this person is just really just seeing how far they can go with you and how much you'll stand to put up with. We don't think about it like that. But if you really look at it, people show you things. And you can take it as one, as, they upfront. They just, want to be like this or that, instead of saying it for what it is, right? Think about it. Every time you pack your bags, I'm not even going to say every time. I'm going to speak to my sisters. And when I say sisters, I mean all women, okay? I'm going to speak to y'all for a minute. How many times have you packed your bags or jumped up, changed clothes as if you were leaving? And really meant it in your mind, like, I'm tired of this stuff. I'm over it. I'm done with it. I'm not going to deal with it anymore. Now check this out. How many times have you got dressed, grabbed your keys, grabbed your bag, knowing deep down inside that you're not really going anywhere? But right now, this person that has you feeling all crazy in the inside and all these different ways, you want to get their attention. I'm speaking, I'm preaching, and I'm speaking now. Think about it. How many times have you, knowing that you're not going anywhere, but just had this ugly argument with this person or whatever the case may be? They didn't piss you off, they didn't cheated, they didn't do whatever. Now you want their attention, right? Deep down inside, you really know that you should take that bag, get in your car, and leave and never look back. But there's a little bit of you that now craves the attention from this person, because now you want this person to show you that they care about you. Y'all know I ain't lying. You'll block the person. You unblock them. You're looking at your phone every 5 minutes to see if this person has texted or called, or you're checking with family members to see if they've heard from this person, because your self-esteem is low. It's something in you that this person has chipped away that made you feel that you need them to show you that they care about you, when they should have been showing you that from the beginning. So here we go back again to the topic. Why did you stay so long? I'll tell you why. When you're in a relationship with a person and you're a headstrong person, or you're the type of woman that stand by my man type of woman, and even with men, if you are that provider type of guy, and I got into this, I'm not gonna turn my back. She ain't right. She cheating, she checking your phone, she cursing you out, and she probably done swung on you a couple times, but in your mind, she a woman, so I'm good. You know what I'm saying? You know every day that this person gives you hell. You can't come in the house to peace. You always checking you. She's always going out. All these other things. But you're the provider type. She ain't got nowhere to go. And you can't turn your back on her. With women of color, I'm a ride or die chick. I'm going to take that back. It's all women. Something inside of you says, I got to be a ride or die. But for the most part, you see that this person has potential when this person don't even see the potential in themselves. So make this make sense to me. How are you going to bring the potential out of a person that a person don't even see the potential in themselves? You can talk until you turn blue. You can do things. You can try to lead, and then now you're somebody's mama, and then now you're stressed out because guess what? They're not doing the things that you want them to do because you see potential in them, but they have not sat down and dug deep down inside of themselves and said, you know what? I can do whatever I want to do because I have potential. We gotta stop staying in abusive situations because we see potential in a person. Now, when I say abuse comes in many different ways. You know what I'm saying? You have verbal abuse. You have mental abuse where you're tearing me down. You have physical abuse. They're all the same. There is no different levels to abuse. Abuse is abuse. You see what I'm saying? In the beginning, you have this illusion that this will be your perfect relationship. Now, I'll tell you, we all do. We have this ideal relationship with this person. They treat you nice. They cook, they clean. They got their own bank account, their own finances. She got it going on. This is the perfect relationship. We build illusions in our head before we even know what the person is capable of. We don't wait to get to know this person to see, hey, how they move, how they shake, what's going on with them. You automatically build this dream relationship in your head. It goes along with, I see potential in them. So now you have this dream relationship You have this potential that you see. So in the midst of abuse creeping in, you stay because you still have this illusion that this relationship can be everything that I've imagined it to be, everything that I've dreamed it to be. Things will get better. Maybe if I change this, or maybe if I change that, or maybe if I don't go out as much, or maybe if I'm not on my phone as much, they'll start to see that I'm here and that I care. Maybe if I wear my hair a different way, maybe if I don't hang out with the boys as much, maybe if I'm not on social media as much, they'll change. Let me tell you something. People change when they have reached a point in their lives that it's time for them to change. They don't change because you want them to. They don't change because you done sat down and had a 5-hour talk with them about how they make you feel. And you know, the thing with some people, they have good intentions, but do they follow through with the intentions? And then you have some people that will look at you while you pour down crying and then sock you all in your eye and then tell you, I love you, but you need to do this that way. And guess what happens? You still stay. Think about it. If your job didn't pay you your paycheck for a whole month straight, would you continue to go to work? No, you wouldn't. If your car broke down on you every time you got in that thing to go to the store, would you continue to drive it? No, you wouldn't. So why subject your physical and your mental health by staying in unhealthy situations because of this illusion? Sometimes it's not even just the illusion. You can look at a person and be like, I'm not attracted to this person at all. But financial wise, I'm good. He don't treat me the best, but I got somewhere to live. I got somewhere to stay. He's mentally here when I need him, but he's not here physically. He calls me names. He belittles me in front of my friends, my coworkers, makes me feel like crap. But I ain't gotta work. I ain't gotta do none of that stuff. I'm financially set. So I think I'm gonna just stay right here until things get a little better. Let me tell you something. If you want change, you have to create the change in yourself, which means you have to change your environment. You have to change the way you let people handle you. You have to change the way you let people disrespect you. And people don't change just because you set them down and say, hey, you hit me. You hurt my feelings. You made me feel that type of way. People don't change like that. A person has to really, really get help and want to change. You don't go to church, but now all of a sudden you praising God every day I come in the house for work. You praising God. Now you're trying to get on my level to make me feel a certain type of way. It's all false. You didn't do it while we weren't together. You ain't off on your own somewhere taking the time for you to heal, to get better so that you're not an abuser. That's when it's genuine. Insecurity sets in. If you think about it, when a person tells you all the time, you don't do this right, you don't do that right, you don't never listen, you're always doing this, you're always doing that, it sticks in the back of your mind. And think about it. Have you ever been getting ready to do a certain thing that someone has told you that you can't do, or you do wrong, or you don't do it like this, or do it the way they want you to do it, and you're getting ready to do that thing, and then that pops in your head? Now you're questioning yourself. Dang, have I been doing it wrong this whole time? Man, maybe I should do it like they said I should do it, because maybe the way that they told me I should do it is better than the way I've been doing it all this time. But all this time it's been working fine for me. But now it's in the back of my mind that I ain't been doing it right. I'll tell you, when a person chips away at you, and when a person makes you feel like you no longer exist, they have you. When you leave work and come home every day and knowing this finna be hell when you walk through the door and you continue to go there, that person has a hold on you. I want to know why you guys have stayed for so long in a situation that you've been in before or that you may be in now. And I want you to dig deep inside yourself and really just think about it and be honest with yourself. Don't say, well, because this is... I want you to really dig deep inside of yourself and say, Nashar, why in the hell did you stay that long with that person? You know it was bogus. Whether it's for your children, whether it's financial wise, whether it's because you ain't really got nowhere else to go, whether it's because I think they'll change. And I'm gonna be real. With some of y'all don't want to be with that joker, but y'all damn sure don't want nobody else to be with him either. And that stops a lot of people from moving on with their lives. If you notice that people creep and they cheat all the time on their significant others, you don't really love that person, want to be with that person. But you stay with that person because you don't want to see anybody else with that person. That's jealousy. That's envy. That's when domestic violence becomes its worst. That's when now you become a stalker. Because you know doggone well you don't want this person. Let he or she go. What's the point? If you're sleeping around and you're doing this and that and the third, and you always got to tell them what they ain't doing right, how they need to do this different, how they need to look like this, or putting your hand on them, or just all this old crazy stuff, why are you with the person? So I'm not only talking to the person that may be being abused, I'm talking to the abuser. Think about it. What is your point and your purpose in being with somebody that you feel you have to hurt or belittle? Is it a type of thing that now you're trying to mold and you're trying to create and you just want possession of that person? You pretty much become a stalker. If you really, really, really just think about it. A lot of us live with the idea of just even being in a relationship. I hear women all the time say, it ain't no men out there. Girl, I ain't finna leave Jerry. Well, I'm gonna leave Jerry and get with Mike. And then Mike gonna beat the crap out of me too. I might as well stay where I'm at. Takes me back to, Betty Wright. Having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. And to be honest, so many people really still feel that way. It's the illusion of having a man or coming home saying you got a wife or a husband or, all these things. It's the illusion of just being in a relationship. Some of us are afraid. Some of us don't want to be alone. So we stay and we put up with so much stuff that we know we shouldn't put up with because guess what? I don't want to be by myself. I don't want to start over. I don't want to find this and I don't want to find that. And I don't want to have to worry about this and that and the third. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that goes on in a lot of our minds. But in reality, it all boils down to how much do you love yourself? Do you love yourself enough to be alone? Do you love yourself enough to say, you know what? It's a scary, scary world out there, but I'm getting out of this situation. I'm looking forward and I'm going to have hopes of one day being in a healthy relationship. Do you love yourself enough to say, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this craziness, this madness. I am not going to let this person take me from me. We all will look at you and tell you, I love me, girl. I love me. Do you really? Do you really unconditionally love yourself? Or have you put you to the side for the illusion of the relationship? Or you want people to see this, or you want people to feel that, or feel like y'all this perfect couple, and you don't want people in your business. So now you're lying to the world. You got a relationship, he got a relationship, but you want people to think that y'all still together because of what people may say or think or feel. but you're hindering yourself. So in the end, it all boils down to self-love. How much do you love yourself? Why did you stay so long? I can tell y'all, self-esteem was a big issue for me. You know what I'm saying? I've never really just been a thin person to me. You know what I'm saying? All my friends were thinner, or, you know, things in certain areas may have been a little better. I was the only girl. It was just a lot going on in my mind. So when you get that attention from somebody, I'm going to not say you, I'm going to speak about me, because I asked each and every one of you to tell me why you stayed in this situation so long. And I mean, I want to feel like I'm in the room with you. I want to feel like I got my glass of wine, you got your glass of wine, we're talking, and we're just being real with each other. Like, I want to feel like we're in the same space and atmosphere. So, you know, honestly, with me, I have done the I'm out of here type thing. I have done the I'm going to pack my bags and go to a hotel for a day or two. But in the back of my mind, I want you to miss me. I want you to show me that I care about you. But guess what? If a person has drove you to the brinks of packing a bag and getting out of there, you need to get out of there. You need to stay out of there. With me, it's the illusion. As a little girl, I've always wanted a perfect life. I've always wanted the picket fence, the husband, the this, the that. Somebody that loves me unconditionally. And it has caused me to stay in a lot of different places for a very long time, half of my life, you know, in situations that I know I had no business staying in. Physically abused, verbally abused, mentally abused. Now, I don't want to put a bow on anything, because guess what? When you're in a domestic violence situation, you're physically being abused. You have to do everything in a way to protect yourself. So a lot of that came from fear. A lot of the time that I stayed in, you know, situations because I was afraid. In the back of my mind, at any given time, all it takes is for you to do something to me, and it's over. So some of it was fear. Some of it was feeling the need to be wanted. Some of it was I thought he was going to change. Because you want good things for the person that you're with. Some of it was children. I grew up with being a young mother of 4, all by the same father. We were married. I had this thought in my mind that I don't want my children to have different daddies, and I don't want my children to grow up in a household without both mother and father. And a lot of that was a big mistake because you can co-parent and the children will be fine. So don't ever feel like you have to be in a situation with somebody because the child will be sad because of divorce, this and that. But the child will be sadder if they're seeing you being abused physically, mentally, verbally. That is child abuse as well. It's not just abuse on you. It's child abuse. And if you really think about it, in a court of law, it's neglect. You are now neglecting your children. Real spill. No joke. So a lot of that was the need to feel wanted. You ever heard the phrase, looking for love in all the wrong places? And that's exactly what it was. Knowing in my mind that I know, you know, this is not what's up. But then you've been told for years, you're never going to be nothing. No one's going to want you with 4 kids. You're fat. You're this. You're that. You're not smart enough. Talk right. That's not how that's supposed to be said. Say it right. You're not supposed to wear makeup. You're not supposed to wear weave. And then all that stuff sets in. And so the moment that you start to do those things, you're kind of like feeling crazy. Like, do I look crazy? You know? And now, even to this day, I find myself, I'll say things weird, but I'm country. With what I heard on one of these shows, I'm sophisticated ratchet, as they may say. But anyway, I say stuff weird, but if I'm speaking to someone, I try to always speak correct. Even if it's a comfortable conversation or whatever. It just sinks in my head that, hey, you're not saying that right. You need to say it right. So now, when I'm typing stuff on my social media page or whatever, I don't really care how it's spelled or anything. I don't care, because for so many years, it was drilled in my head. You need to say it like this. You need to do it like that. And it's kind of like a kid in a candy store. When you get free, you're kind of like, yay! Because I'll tell you, the first time I stepped in a nightclub, I was kind of like, oh my God, this must be heaven. And I think I was in my 30s or something, or late 20s. I don't even remember. But it was kind of like, oh my God. And I was hooked. I was totally hooked. In the club every Saturday, every Thursday, I was in the club. It was so exciting to me. From starting to wear weave and drinking and all that type of stuff, it was so exciting to me because I was under the thumb of somebody my whole adult life. And I allowed it. Nobody else allowed it. Like, it was totally me, because people chip away at you and they take you from you. Even when and I don't know if any of you listening have ever been in an abusive relationship, that it can be so bad sometimes that when you look in the mirror, you don't even see you. Or you don't even have the courage to look in the mirror because you feel like all of these ugly things that this person has said to you, you actually see those things when you look in that mirror. So to avoid your whole day being ruined, you don't even look in the mirror. That is crazy that we let people take so much from us and take so much control from us that now we don't even see ourselves. We're not the people that we once were. Now we are transforming ourselves into the person that has been embedded in my head. You stupid, you dumb, you fat, you this, you that. And now that's how you feel. And one little thing can trigger that. Years later, it never leaves you. That's why when I say that no abuse is different, because can you imagine in your head seeing someone be so mean to you, doing such nasty things to you, and that stays with you forever? You can do counseling, you get over it, you don't feel as bad, but it always comes across your mind. You can put it in the back of your mind. You know, something I learned in hypnotherapy is when you're a child and you touch a stove, it stays in the back of your mind. It stays there. So you know, don't ever touch that because that's hot. Well, why is it as adults, you can get hurt and you go back to it? You don't stay away from it. It's like a magnet. It draws you in. You'll say, I'm done, I'm gone, I ain't never going back. And you go back to it. Why is that? Think about it. You have to really ask yourself, why am I going back? Or why am I staying in the situation? Okay, we've been together 30 years, but you treat me like crap. You make me feel like crap. But because I've been with you so long, I'm comfortable. I'm not comfortable, but I'm comfortable. I'm not comfortable, but I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable enough to stay. I'm comfortable enough to leave just for a day, then come back. I'm comfortable enough to laugh and talk with you. And then when you're mad at me, I'm stupid, I'm dumb, I'm whatever, all these things. Why do we allow ourselves to be so lost in situations instead of having the courage or the love for ourselves to say, you know what? I don't give a damn how long you and I been together. You ain't gonna treat me like that. I'm tired of you treating me like this. I put up with it for so long. I'm not putting it up with it no more. And, you know, until you get counseling or can get yourself together, I'm out. I'm out. I might have to go sleep on my homegirl's couch. I might have to sleep on my sister's couch. But I will not stay here with you under these circumstances. Now, you got some people that's out the first sign of, you know, bull crap. I'm out of here. It's a wrap. But then you have some of us that you know deep in your heart when it's not right. You know what I'm saying? And you know deep down inside, when a person is playing with you, you know when a person is leading you on, you know when a person is abusive. And we stay. I mean, it gets to the point that now you're so stressed out. You're not eating. You're sad. You're depressed. Years after years, you're going through this cycle of ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs, but you're still there. You put on a happy face when you're around certain people, but there was a time in my life, I'll tell you, I'll never forget it. I would just cry. I would just cry and cry and cry. I was just so sad. I was just so depressed. I was just in a situation and I couldn't understand why. Why would this person lead me on like this? Why would this person drag me along instead of just leaving me alone? But this mental abuse has creeped in. Now you're playing with my mind. Now you know, you love me. You're this, I'm going to do that. I'm this and that and the third. And I mean, it was the worst time in my life. But it took me to remember, Char, you've been there. You have been there. I'm talking about I was at a meeting, and I just bust out crying, and they're like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" But that's how heavy it was. It was on me. And I remember my sister coming to sit with me after it was all said and done, and she and I talked. I had just found out I had lupus, and it was just a really, really, really bad time in my life. And I went to Panama, and y'all, I'm telling you, I'm not joking. I went to Panama with some of my friend girls, and the way we travel, we might wake up tomorrow and be like, hey, let's go. And it is what it is. We all have passports. We all have, you know, the rainy day fund. I ended up the next day going to Panama, and I was on the beach. And when I tell you, something came over me, and it was such a relief. And I don't know if it was God. I don't know if it was the angels. I don't know what it was, but I remember sitting on the beach and I was just crying and I was just, you know, praying and asking for guidance and still asking myself why at the same time. Why? I've always been a good person. I've always, you know, why me? Why is all of this stuff attacking? I felt like I was just being attacked. I felt like, you know, my marriage had ended. I was just finding out I had lupus. And at the time, I didn't know what lupus was. I didn't know if it was cancer. I didn't know the severity of it. I just knew I was really sick, but I just felt so attacked. You know, I went through a whole surgery with my kidneys, and I was just like blaming everybody and wallowing in my own self-pity. And something came over me that day. And I've been a different woman ever since. And that was my inner saying, you know what, Char? We gotta love us enough to not ever, ever let a person treat us like that. Not ever, you know, just disregard the signs of abuse. Don't ever let a person take you from you. And that's what, and I'm telling you, it was the same feeling I got when I first moved to Nashville. It was just like a feeling like no other. But anyway, I'm telling you, when you tap into your inner, and I have this technique I do, and I tell, you know, people, whether it's man or woman, anybody that may be suffering with a history of violence, abuse, or maybe you've been bullied a long time and you have lost a sense of self-love. You have to face your fears. And when you face your fears, that's you facing you. You strip yourself down and you look at all your faults. You look at all your flaws. You look at how you treat your family, your friends, yourself, things that you can do better as a person. And you forgive yourself. But then you get in that mirror and you face yourself, and then you say to self, I am you. You are me. I love you. I love your bump, your crump, your moles, your eyes. And you start to pick out things that you love about yourself. And the first thing that a person that's abusive or a person that thought they had a hold on you would say, oh, you arrogant now. Because when you come out of it, you're coming out of it strong. And you're going to come out of it like, you got one more time. And that's it for real. And then that, I'm telling you, the first thing they're going to say to you is, oh, you arrogant now. Oh, you think you this, you think you that. No, I love me enough to not let you hurt me anymore. That's what that is. Don't take my self-love as me being arrogant. It's just now that I done snapped out of it. I done snapped out of it. I done woke up. I'm not afraid of being by myself. I'm not afraid of starting over from the ground up. Hey, if I got to go get 2 jobs, I'm going to try to tell y'all now, we will survive if you get my drift. If I got to do what I got to do for me and my children to survive, or myself, or however it is, I'm not letting you hinder me anymore. The fear of abuse is real. And so if you're in a position to where you are being physically abused, you have to plan. You have to be smart. Never act off impulse. Never, ever. And you have to be the same person that you were. You need an exit plan. You need a strong support team. And you need some ride or die people. And I'm being serious. And once you have gained your self-control, you have gained yourself back, because you need that to stay away. Because if you don't have that and you haven't got there, there is a chance that you're going to go back. The first sign of, oh, baby, I love you. The first sign of, baby, I'll never do it again. The first sign of, baby, I got hurt at work today. Can't nobody heal me like you heal me, baby. Can you come over, at least cook me some food? Can I see the kids? Oh, I miss my kids so much. It's a possibility that you're going to go back. So you have to make sure that you are fully healed from the inside out. And it takes a long time, but I'm not saying stay. What I'm saying is, in the meanwhile, while you're getting your exit strategy together, let your self-love and your healing be a part of your exit strategy. Men, if you are being abused, don't think that it's okay because it's your partner or it's a woman. It's not okay. It's not okay to stay in a dull situation. It's not okay if you know you're not happy. Why am I here? Like, we're not going anywhere. We're not building. We're not saving bank accounts. We're not looking forward to having something. We just here. We just having sex, cooking, eating, watching damn TV. We just here. I don't really want to be with you. You don't really want to be with me. This situation we in. So the hell with it. No. Ask yourself why you stayed so long in that situation that you may be in. Y'all, I got a new song from my boy Blood Raw, and you know he's like a brother to me. I'm gonna play it for you, and then when I come back, we'll wrap up. But I want you guys to talk to me. I hope that you're feeling me. I hope I haven't offended anybody. I just wanted to talk to somebody that may be listening right now, that may be in a situation and you don't know how to get out because you ain't gained that self-love yet. Let me tell you something. You never, ever, ever let people walk over you and take you from you. Because you are all you got. It's your life. Once your life is over, it's over. So you have to think about that. Means putting yourself first. Means making sure you're healthy, making sure that you're eating and doing the right things, making sure that you have planted yourself in an environment that's not going to hinder your health. So if you are in an abusive relationship with a woman, whether it's verbal, physically, stalkerish, wants to be your mama, you got a life too. Can't nobody tell you what to do, but you're grown. I'm not saying be disrespectful, but you got to put your foot down. As they say, you got to grab your balls and put your foot down and let them know, hey, this is what it is. I'm the man. I'm grown. If you touch me, you out of here. Some people call the police now. I mean, you know, some people would never call the police. Be stabbed up, shot up, won't call the police. But you get some people that will call the police. But don't think just because you're a man, you have to be embarrassed. Reach out to somebody. Get out. Seek help. You know, don't feel like, oh, she'll change, she'll this. Because I tell you, there's some bad mamma jammas out there that'll ruin your whole life. So if you see the signs that this person is not this and that, you need to ask yourself, why have I stayed so long? And be real with yourself. If the sex is good, I'm only here because, hey, the sex is good and I don't think I'm going to get it nowhere else. But anyway. Oh, man. I tell y'all. But here it is right now. My boy Blood Raw. It's called Out the Way. You guys are tuned into your girl Shar, the super chick, and you're listening to the Evening Wind Down.
I'm talking about on some low-key shit, though. You feel me? This shit lame as hell out here, my nigga. I'm just trying to stay out the way. Duck the hate. Now tell me out. Yeah. I just wanna give me some money. I just wanna stay out the way. I just wanna buy me a big house. I'm just trying to make it through the day. I'm just trying to solve my problems. I just wanna live to see tomorrow. I'm just trying to handle my biz. I just wanna feed my kids. Real nigga move how they wanna move. Fuck niggas move how they can. I don't pay attention to the hate. Cause most of these fuck niggas fans. First these niggas love you, then they hate you. I'm just trying to ball like the Lakers. You ever seen a hater doing better? You ever seen a nigga more realer? Got more stripes than a zebra. Thick little bitch, she a eater. Overcame the pressure, had to take flight. Stay low key, got my set right.
All right, y'all, it's your girl Shar, the super chick. Let me know what y'all think of the track. Should we drop it or pop it? And big shouts out to Raw too. He always sends me new music. Whenever he gets something new, make something new, it's there. But long story, yeah. But hey,
Mike Beats.
I'm really hoping that I was able to touch somebody today. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure you get at me. It's your girl Shar, the super chick, and you just listening to the Evening Wind Down.
Operator 901, where's the emergency?
127 Brynmere.
Okay, what's going on there?
I'd like to order a pizza for delivery.
Ma'am, you've reached 911. This is an emergency line.
Large with half pepperoni, half mushroom.
You know you've called 911. This is an emergency line.
Do you know how long it'll be?
Okay, ma'am, is everything okay over there? Do you have an emergency or not?
Yes.
And you're unable to talk because...
Right.
Is there someone in the room with you? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like I have an officer about a mile from your location. Are there any weapons in your house?
No.
Can you stay on the phone with me?
No. See you soon. Thank you.